just because we're waiting everybody else to come in. I want to make sure everything goes live because we've got 9,000 things coming up.
I need to reload my popcorn. Boy, my dog, if you could see her, she's just going ape shit crazy with my popcorn.
Oh, wow. Yummy.
Leela! All right, I'm gonna load this up.
Did Leela just eat the bowl of popcorn? What the hell?
No, well, it's pretty low. It needs to be refilled.
Mm-hmm.
How's biz, Cap?
Business is booming. It's really busy.
Well,
really busy, which is fun. Having lots of good things happen.
That's awesome. Oh, it does say it's live.
Yeah, we are.
Anybody watching us yet? Do you know?
Three people.
Hey, you three people out there in internet land. We're gonna start as close to 8:15 as we can.
We have 4 on
Sorry, I realized I should have hit the microphone off, and I was.
It's okay.
Really, really rude.
We love you.
Getting all situated. How you doing, Andy?
I'm great. I'm doing super.
What's new on the farm?
Chickens, lots of plants, lots of vegetables, 700 garlic bulbs. The apple trees are starting to bloom. Sadie is taking care of all that.
The apple tree.
There's a lot of plants, huh?
The apple tree is booming. That's delightful.
You guys ever did Montana ever have a shelter in place?
Yeah,
we're still in it.
Iowa doesn't.
Well, they're gonna die.
No, we just don't have as many people. But I mean, they lifted some restrictions in some counties. There's a few that didn't. Where I live has a little bit more people, so we have some restrictions yet. I cut my own hair today.
Oh, Sadie did mine. I had some longer hair, and it is what it is. She did a great job.
It's delightful.
Good thing for baseball caps.
We're waiting for everybody else to join us, and the whole thing is we're waiting for people to join us because it's the howl here in Helena as everybody goes out and howls.
Do we have some code words for the three of us to know that that way we can cheat?
You shouldn't cheat. You didn't need to cheat. Let's see. Looks like Sabrina's joining us and Melissa's joining us. Hi, Sabrina.
Hello.
Listed as Adam Malachek.
Yes.
Hello, Melissa Hansen. Waiting on John.
Sure.
That is some impressive hair, Kev.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's my Corona mohawk.
I like it.
It's a crow hawk.
Full respect.
I hope I didn't pick any words from the week that I wasn't involved.
Where do you find them, Kevin? In your brain?
No. I had to go find new words because all the ones in my brain, I was like, no, they'll know these people. The smart people, and then there's Andy. But the smart people.
Smart people.
Yep. Da, 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 dee, da, dee.
You can talk.
Yeah, but you look like you're lost. You're like,
No. It's Chorus here. Sadie's here. We're just
Aha.
chilling out.
Nice. Melissa, we
Are
can't
they-
hear you.
Are they here? or are
Can you
they
hear me
here?
now?
Oh, yes, there you are.
There I am. I was just being quiet. I know it's
Oh.
weird.
That's
Never
why I
happened.
was confused. I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Look at Kevin's hair. What did you do? Who did that?
I can neither confirm nor deny that Tres Osos de Helena all got mohawks.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. We're done with this shit.
You cannot confirm nor deny, but is there a photo somewhere?
I can neither confirm nor deny. I'll share it with you tomorrow.
Perfect. I got some aggressive-
What are you drinking, Kev?
I am drinking Jameson cask, mates.
There we go.
I think I have that. My cabinet.
As you know, there I am thinking, well, fuck my liver.
Lila, lay down. Lay down.
How's that mic, Sabrina?
Good, I think. I mean, I can't tell because I can't hear it, but I think I sound great. Right, guys?
You sound much better. We're gonna
If
get
you're
one
British.
from Melissa.
You're golden.
Don't
Yes.
like my sweet headset, Kev?
Although your headset sounds better this week than it did before. It used to sound like you were calling us from 1956 AM radio.
Maybe I was.
It's entirely possible. Oh. Do. We are waiting on people to get their act together.
Who's hosting tonight?
I am.
Oh, sweet.
Because I won last week, which was super exciting. Oh,
Ah.
Jesus. Andy with the background.
It's also just a very attractive angle that you're sitting at, Andy. Oh, and he's gone.
Don't screw with me. I'm mad. Hey, what's up, guys? Oh no, I like this one. Woo-hoo-hoo! Ah! No, now I'm a grasshopper. Here, I'm a giant. I'm a giant.
Has Andy had Adderall today?
No, he's actually on the Tiger King plan. He's about to get married. He's had 2 bags of meth.
I want to show you the picture I just took of Carter and Peyton. There they are. Ah,
Ooh.
Jesus.
Quarantine has not done well for those kids. Oh.
No.
Oh, they're adorable.
I mean, they look like most newborns. Very old little goblins.
I'm just gonna
Very
go
old
back
little
to.
goblins. Mhm.
Oh yeah. Oh,
What
this
are
is
we waiting for?
my beach house.
We're still waiting for John and
My
Ingrid.
beach house.
Ah.
How old are their kids now?
Good question.
27.
Whose kids?
John and Ingrid.
I think Finnegan is like 8 or 9, and the other one.
Is he still a bruiser?
No, they're pretty calm kids.
Yeah, his oldest is still built like a tank, but is kind of like, what was it, Ferdinand the Bull that just wants to sit down and smell flowers? Like the sweetest little kid. The other one, kind of a little, like battle axe, really.
His name is, what is his name? Garrett. Garrett. Done? Yay, Helena School District called it today. No more school.
Yep,
Oh,
they're not
wow.
letting Andy back in the building.
Nope.
It's so weird.
Sean White joining us.
I live near one of the schools, and for the first week or 2 weeks of the shutdown, the bells still went off.
Oh yeah.
It rang for every period,
Yep.
but there was just silence, and then the bell ringing across the empty playground and the empty fields.
Ooh, that's creepy good. I
Yeah.
like that.
It was
Well-
very apocalyptic. And the church next door, the bells kept ringing, but there was no congregation. And it was like, I'm currently living in a horror film.
Yeah.
Okay, whoever Sabrina is, we love her. She's living in a horror film. Yeah.
Yes, Sean, turn on your camera. We can't
Not
even see
turning
you.
the fuck. All right.
It's joining us. You're on Muscle Relaxers. Turn it on. It's going to be a show.
You got to put your human
yeah, there we
face
go.
on.
Yeah, put on the human suit
Human
first.
I'm
Yes.
like,
I love that it's like, wait, we're just going to have this
look, we're
bright
like
kitchen
a death
light.
video. That hurt. Fuck me. Ooh.
So Sean's on Muscle Relax. It's because she blew out her back today. So this will be fun.
So blew out my back.
Are you on naproxen?
What?
Sure.
So much.
Sabrina, you know your drugs.
So many drugs and so much alcohol. Okay, wait. Gina, can you pull this toward
I
me?
know my back pain medications and I know my migraine medications. That's all I got.
No. I'm gonna try to like.
No, this will be
I'll
fun.
look the other way.
I have this weird like flashing.
What
thing
happened to your
happening.
hair?
My hair's delightful. What happened to your back?
It's not good. It's all bad. Everything's bad.
Oof.
Seamus is over there having a bowl of ice cream going, can't help you, sorry.
No, but maybe we should move this. Like, the whole house has been oriented to me not moving.
I mean, that's good. It means you don't have to move.
Yeah, except
wait a
for
minute.
my
Why do you
alcohol.
have the zombies behind you,
Put it
Melissa?
over there.
Oh, I was just going with the creepy
What's that black
school
thing?
vibe,
Oh, here, put that on the back.
apocalyptic
Come here, give me that.
situation.
Give me that. Now put the cushion thing back. There's all sorts of stuff going on. I've been in 3 places all day.
Oof.
Like, okay, so that, give me this. I get this. Ooh, there's chocolate. Give me that. You can take these.
They have chocolate jello on the ward.
No. You're all right. That's what I want. Yeah, put that down. So now I have wine, chocolate, and my phone.
And a servant, apparently.
Yeah, nicely done.
You're gonna need a keyboard because you have to type.
Oh, you didn't say that.
How else do you play? You have to secretly give me your definition.
I didn't know.
If you,
You
mute
can.
yourself,
What you can do is mute yourself and have Seamus type it for you.
Wait.
Just whisper it. We won't listen.
Keyboard is upstairs. Remember that remote keyboard? Because I still have the Bluetooth fob in there. Yeah, I can't. I was going to move it, but there's none of that. But I have wine. See?
Nice. I have
That's the important thing with painkillers.
whiskey.
Yes.
No, I haven't even taken them yet because it's way too early.
Ah.
Okay, so hi, I'm Sean White. I'm famous who left to do my bidding. Who's it other than Mohawk Kev?
Okay, and John and Ingrid just got the kids down, so they're running to join us. This will be fun.
Oh, yeah, see, look, now we have a keyboard.
Okay, so you'll have to expand the chat so you can see on the side, and you want to make sure that your chat is just coming to me,
Wait,
Sean.
Give me 1 second.
Dun dun dun.
okay.
I figure with the mohawk, this cup is especially good.
Why don't we see our chat window?
110%.
Nice.
Andy, why? It's just, I feel like it's one of those questions that I have relatively often in my friendship with you. And it's
Don't look
I
at
feel
it.
like it's his middle name at this point.
Everybody gets a free punch. Diddy, check it out. Look at that.
Maybe move it. You guys
Everybody gets a punch.
hear more.
Yeah, I'm not going to be here for long.
Oh, come on, Seamus.
All right,
You should
let's solve
stay.
the word problems. Where are these word problems?
Frick.
Right now, the word problems are Ingrid and John.
Jesus.
Also, Jesus. I mean, that's just a generalized one.
Right.
Oh, God.
I mean, if he had some ability, don't you think we'd get rid of the goddamn
Can we do
COVID?
like a trial round? I don't even know what we're doing.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I'll give you words here. What does that mean? If you give me a word, what happens?
So what happens? Just calm down. I will say our next word is dewlap. Okay. And you guys will all have to come up with your own definition for it and send it to me.
Well, we can't say it out loud because everybody could hear it.
That's why you type it to
I have a
me.
question.
Yes, Leslie.
What is this game rated?
With us playing
R
NC-17,
or
NC-22 and a third.
And we are checking IDs.
Exactly.
that's all I needed to know.
So then you would send me the definition back, and I will compile all the definitions into my list, and then I would read the definitions all out to everyone, and you will pick a definition. It becomes very clear, very easily, what game we're doing.
Mary Williams! Oh my God!
Hi!
Hi, Mary.
Hi! I love that I still have the Tempest background. What is happening? I don't know what's going on. Okay,
It's
apparently I'm
very
a seed.
dramatic. It made for a very dramatic entrance. I like yours better than Andy's. Andy's still kind of upsets me. So.
Andy, what is your background? Do I want to know this? Probably not.
Oh no, I was raised with a family. All my family were cat skinners, and that's what I used to do. Yeah, it's brutal, but it paid the bill.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
Ingrid is here.
yeah.
I will be introducing everybody as soon as John gets in. We're waiting on John and Errol to join us.
Hey, Kevin, I don't know where to put in my answers on the screen. That little button's gone.
On the bottom, hit chat.
Wow, that photo of John might be the most respectable I think I've ever seen
Thank
him.
you. You're so smart.
That might be from like 2001.
Kevin.
Maybe.
That's awesome.
Oh my God, that's.
So are we doing dewlap right now?
No, that was just an example so I could show Sean where it is, because she
What
was
does it
worried
mean?
that she's never played this before, and also that she might be intoxicated from one of whatever she's taken today. Because I believe she started drinking at back crack 30,
Wow. All right.
Hey,
which
what
is
does dewlap
roughly about
mean?
noon.
Yeah.
A lot.
There's no shame in
A
that.
lot of what she's taking.
Dewlap. I'll just look it up.
Because she can't.
Do not look it up. Okay, so I think everybody's here. Let's go ahead and get started. Everybody, welcome to another night of Split Definitives. Tonight we have the Count Tipping Comedy Players with Andy Cottrell, Sabrina Harding, me, Kev Ham, Errol Koch just joined us, and we have and John McClellan. We have special guests Ingrid McClellan, Sean White, Melissa Hansen, and all the way from our good friends in Weisenheimer, Leslie Mitchell, joining us from Iowa. Iowa? Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Iowa? Okay.
Yep.
So, tonight we are playing another wonderful game called Split Definitives, which is not a game that would be trademarked by a company that would sue us called Balderdash. Anyway, so, the way this game works is I'm going to give everybody a word. Everybody's going to take a few seconds to come up with their own definition for the word, send it back to me. If they know the definition, they can send me the real definition. They will get 3 points. If they don't, they make up a definition. I will then read the definition, all of them, including the real one, and I will let everybody else pick which one they think is real. For everybody who picks your definition, you get a point. If you pick the right definition, you get 3 points. If nobody picks the right definition, I get 5 points and can win the game. Does everybody understand how this works?
Yeah, just email your answer back to Kevin only, not everyone.
Yeah, just text it to me.
You want text?
Okay.
Or you want the message function in
In the chat function, please. Do not text it in real life. That would be terrible.
Can I say one thing?
Can I stop you?
No, I just wanted to tell Sabrina, very nice use of the rule of thirds in the way you present yourself. Good job. I like it.
I mean, someone has to make up aesthetically for your background. So
Yeah, the book.
All right, is everybody ready to start the game?
Yes.
Is there any way to get the pictures to not lop over the comment thing?
It's for some reason
Seamus, could you adjust it for her, please? Your mother is hammered.
No,
You want to try using words, Sean?
we're there already. I don't know why it's not.
Mary, thank you for the cat.
You're welcome. That's my new cat Zoe, and I took that with my macro lens that I got.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Errol, is your mic working?
I think so.
There you are. Just making sure.
you and Melissa are just being very quiet.
Errol!
It's you! Miss you, bro.
All right, if everybody's ready to go, let's do this. Our first word for the night is Hornito. 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 Now, normally I would play some music. I would probably play some music from a band known as the Clintons. But Facebook will block anything these days, so we're not playing any music, so maybe I'll hum.
It sucks. I need to get you like acoustic versions of stuff that isn't on YouTube. However, I appreciate the plug there, Kev.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Woo. Oh, this is so good. It's already off to a great
night.
start. Oh, yeah.
Gonna be a good night.
John, you texted to everybody. Give us a new definition, por favor.
Again.
It's not like we just talked about this. Don't be embarrassed.
Probably fine.
I'm so bad at computers. I am so bad at computers.
Hey, John. Hey, Matt.
I like that answer, though.
I have a surprise for John McClellan.
Happy birthday.
No, this is the surprise.
Bill, fucking talk to me, darling.
Whoa.
Johnny, remember that trip? Mac, that's your belly dude.
I feel like I wandered into
highly
a boys' locker room.
unfortunate.
Yeah, we're spying in a locker room. It's
I
probably
walked into
fine.
a boys' locker room and I'd like to walk out, please.
I would suggest running.
Point me to the exit.
The exits are here and here over the wings. And if you can't get there, just run.
We can't exit our house at the moment through the front door. Our front door has now officially given up the ghost.
Oh, shit.
And we took it off its hinges and Adam tackled it and it still won't move or open. Or
The inner one?
Wow.
the exterior front door to our house has decided that quarantine is lifted, but we're not allowed to leave.
Well, it's very protective.
Yeah, it's drawn a solid line between us and the outside world.
All right, so all of the definitions are in. Are you ready? Now, you might want to write some of these down. Dan, you may need to help Sean. Dan, I would like to point out, we're not that far away. You just spike up your hair right there in the middle, and you got it.
Yeah, got it.
I feel like this is an okay haircut because Matilda's been postponed to October. So
Yeah, it opens the day before my wedding, so I will no longer be
oh no
participating in that one because I have to get married. So
No, she said have to. Everyone heard that. It's under duress now.
we've already moved it once. Like, it's getting ridiculous. This is now a chore that I have to complete.
Okay. On that note,
Not even married yet. Wait till you get
let's
married.
go through the definitions that were brought in for Hornito. It could be a miniature trombone.
Wait, how do we vote?
You listen to all the definitions, write them down, pick one.
Right?
It'll come back around.
On paper?
You go A, B, C, D, or 1, 2.
I need paper and pen.
Yes.
No.
We didn't do that. That was not
I'm using my phone. You can't see
requisite.
my phone. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh my god.
We are high
You
functioning
didn't tell
today.
us this was
Just
a
listen carefully. Listen carefully.
Okay. So, your options are a miniature trombone, corn chip with light salt glaze, a tiny protrusion, the god of Mexican pornography, a small enamored Mexican man, a particularly frisky type of toad found in Mexico, a sweet pressed juice from a cactus root, an ivory horn carved into a foot for luxury fetish uses, a tractor-trailer diesel engine focused on mid-range torque RPMs, or a small, smoldering volcano. Would you like me to repeat them for you?
Yes.
Your options are a miniature trombone, corn chip with light salt glaze, a tiny protrusion, the god of Mexican pornography, small enamored Mexican man, a particularly frisky type of toad found in Mexico, a sweet pressed juice from a cactus root, an ivory horn carved into a foot for luxury fetish uses. I'm not here to kink shame. A tractor-trailer diesel engine focused on mid-range torque RPMs, or a small smoldering volcano. So, let's start with John.
Carved ivory gets my vote with some gratitude for a good chuckle.
Okay. Let's Sabrina.
I'm gonna go with tractor torque RPMs.
Okay.
That was
Errol?
not related to anything.
I'll do the lava.
The what?
The volcano, small volcano.
Okay. Mary?
I'll do the sweet juice from a cactus.
Okay. Sean?
Oh, muted.
Muted.
Sorry.
No, she's chewing. She wasn't even muted.
Husband.
Eating drunk muted husband, apparently.
That's not what I see on the camera, for which I am thankful.
I think we can call that cannibalism, can't we?
Or just
Small
marriage. You'll know
enamored
soon enough.
Small enamored Mexican man.
Small enamored Mexican man.
Oh, that would make a great love song.
Leslie, what would you choose?
The foot fetish one.
Okay.
Small
Ingrid?
enamored Mexican man.
Was that to the tune of the Beatles?
Hold on, you're muted, Ingrid.
Muted as well.
Ingrid,
Cactus.
what?
Cactus.
Sweet juice pressed from a cactus?
You got it.
Okay.
Is Hornitos the beer, by the way?
And Andy, we'll get there.
Mid-range torque. It actually started in the Ford Pinto.
I feel like you actually wanted him to answer that way, because if you say mid-range torque, of course he's going to answer that one.
Melissa?
You gotta say torque. Like that.
Torque.
I
Melissa?
also think it is cactus juice.
Cactus juice. Okay. Well, let's start with that. Mary, Ingrid, and Melissa thought it was sweet pressed juice from a cactus. That would actually be Errol's.
Oh, well done.
Oh, good work.
Damn it.
Yes. And let's see. John and Leslie thought it was an ivory horn carved into a foot for luxury fetish uses. That would actually be Sabrina's.
What's a fetish if it's not luxury?
Mine think alike.
Fucking exactly.
Sabrina and Andy thought it was a tractor-trailer diesel engine focused on mid-range torque RPMs. That would actually be John's. Well done. Errol thought it was a small, smoldering volcano, which is the actual definition, giving him another 3.
Oh.
What?
Wow.
I got your number tonight. Oh, I'm in.
And Sean and Dan, obviously the pills are kicking in because they thought it was a small enamored Mexican man, which was their own definition.
It was?
So 0 points to you. Well done.
Mexican
We're just learning.
Saw you across the room.
Right?
What are we taking pills for?
I don't even know who you people are.
Hey, can we do a little roundabout intro?
I will do that again in just a second. Let me get everybody's scores copied over to the score sheet.
Right, okay. I'm writing mine down also. I'm not.
Sean,
Yeah,
Dan,
Errol's keeping his own score.
We're at 6.
John, Dan, and Leslie, you
We
guys
didn't know
appreciate
about the
that.
paper requirement. We just got the paper and the pen thing.
About
You
once
just need
again,
paper.
The cactus juice thing made me think of Hornitos tequila, so that's why it sounded...
Like, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently, Errol's just a mastermind. That's fine. Whatever.
I have some in my cupboard.
You made my
I just couldn't place it.
Oh, Hornitos. Oh.
He gives us
Oh, tequila.
Leslie, I expect that song to be done by the end of this. That's how we're gonna end the show. Is you're gonna
And then
you
John can write music to it, and we'll play that when we are watching answers.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Errol will, compose the music.
So well done. After round 1, we have Errol in the lead with 6. Is that right?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
hold on. Yep. And
Try
then
to take
somebody
me
else's
down.
ski.
Errol, are you cooking or are you just wandering around your kitchen?
Does it have to be either? Can't it be both?
And Sabrina has 2, and John has 2. Everybody else is tied with a lovely 0. Before we move on to round 3, I will reintroduce everybody. Some people feel like they don't know everyone. We have Andy Cottrell looking like a gas.
In the comment title of
What?
who I am. In the title of who I am.
Leslie lives in Iowa, is also in Weisenheimer. We have Andy Cottrell, lives in the Valley, is also in trouble. We have Sean and Dan White, lives in Toxicated. We have John McClellan, lives apparently under a weighted blanket. We have Errol Koch, lives in, he suffers under working for me. Ingrid McClellan, dentist extraordinaire, delightful human being, mother to spawn of John. Mary Williams, she puts up with my mother. It's awesome. Melissa Hansen puts up with lawyers. And Sabrina Harding puts up with moving her wedding more often than the dirt is moved around town. So we're going to go on to round 2.
And John is
The word
wearing
for
a
round
comfy.
2
If you haven't seen
is-
it, comfy. I mean, it's quite comfy.
is that's the thing you got at Costco that costs like $25 and is roughly the size of his car.
But
That's
it was
neat.
on sale at the end of winter for like $10. $10.
Okay, it's like all the wool off of like 7 sheep.
It's
like a
In a blanket.
On commit.
John and she
Yeah.
go together well.
It is me
It's a
giving up.
blanket that met a hoodie, and they had a one-night stand with some Hornitos, and then that showed up.
And
They're comfy.
only when it showed up, I gave up.
Mexican man, draped all in wool.
I gave up
All right.
hope of ever being anything but a middle-aged white guy once I started.
What's the word?
All the time.
All right, our word for round 2 is Schwenkfelder. 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 You have 90 seconds to give me a definition, everyone. La, 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 la.
Thank you, Kev, for our 90-second music.
John, you still sent that to everybody.
John's chat to go to Kevin.
He did it again.
I thought the ... with the exact same answer would be a dead giveaway that it would be funny. Sorry, Ingrid.
Oh.
Oh, and a cat!
Was that supposed to be funny? Was that supposed to be funny?
The call back, only 1 minute from the original joke. You tell me.
Yeah, no.
So the answer is no.
The answer is no.
Da, 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 da. Du, 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 du. Round 2. Schwenkfelder. Da, 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 da. Oh my god.
Also, Kev, I love your haircut. I am digging it. It's beautiful.
Thank you. My mother was like, "What exactly happened?" And I was like, "Corona cut. It's happening."
I haven't succumbed to it yet. I thought very deeply about just buzzing my entire head. But, you know, I mean, I'm not brave enough yet to do that.
It's so cold when you do that.
I know. I've got the back of this. I gotta, oh God. Yeah.
You're chalked into the Pixie Choir. I cut my hair today by myself.
It looks gorgeous. See, I
Wow,
want hair
well
like
done.
that. Yeah, I want haircut like that, but I think my face is too round for a haircut like that.
I had to lessen the roundness of my face. It took a long time for me to do it in order
You
to
could
have
do like
But I
a
wear a
chin
hoodie.
length.
I'll wear a
chin
hoodie.
length and then a line cut. You can pull that
those
off,
are
Mary.
Mary,
Like,
All right, are we
in the
ready for the
back,
definitions?
and then- Yeah.
Talk about haircuts for just another 17 minutes. Hold on, Captain.
And I cut John's last week. I mean, if you're interested, dentist by day, garage barber by night.
Yes.
Ingrid, all right. Schwenkfelder.
Hold on, that's a great band name.
Thank God someone said it. I was gonna say it, and then I contained myself.
Nope, it needed to be said.
All right.
Love it.
It could be, Schwenkfelder could be when a pitcher ends their chance at a perfect game by throwing a hit or a walk instead of the last out. It could be illegal in 28 countries, including this one. It could also be, in the words of Sean Connery, he's a Schwenkfelder or fancy baseball player. It could be a German term used to denote a housewarming gift given to a close friend. Or it could be a sheep castration master. Or it could be anyone who follows the religious teachings of Caspar Schwenkfeld. Or it could be a Bavarian lust puppet made from forging sheepskin and an elder birch switch. Or it could be the Swiss title for one who kneads melted sugar into colorful candies. Or it could be a historically tragic German soap opera. Or it could be World War II pastry found in German bakeries in France. Those are your options. Would you like me to read them to you one more time?
One more time.
One more time. When a pitcher ends their chance at a perfect game by throwing a hit or walk instead of the last out. Illegal in 28 countries, including this one. In the words of Sean Connery, he's a Schwenkfelder. It's a fancy baseball player. It's a German term used to denote a housewarming gift given to a close friend. It's a sheep castration master. Anyone who follows the religious teachings of Caspar Schwenkfeld. It's a Bavarian lust puppet made from forging sheepskin and an elder birch switch. I'm not here to kink shame. It's a Swiss title for one who kneads melted sugar into colorful candies, or it's a historically tragic German soap opera, or a World War II pastry found in German bakeries in France. Let's go ahead and start with Andy.
I gotta go with the lust puppet.
Not surprising. Leslie.
Lust puppet! The sugar
Okay.
and colorful candies. Actually, I just wanted
you're
to
gonna
say
do-
Lust Puppet. I feel
Okay.
like that's a Metallica song.
Melissa.
Write that one next.
I'm going with the housewarming gift.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, that seems like
Okay.
Okay.
Errol?
I also want to go with the candy.
Okay. Sean?
Whatever the breeding thing was.
no.
What?
The candy.
Castration.
Candy.
Castration.
We backed up. Now we're on candy. Sexy.
Okay, you're going.
Good.
I want to see.
Reading
I
in this
want
house.
to see Sean at
Castration.
C-SPAN getting like interviewed by Congress.
It's just
Please
fancy
put
balls.
Sean. Can we have her on trial in front of
Yeah.
Congress? Because I will eat that shit up with a ladle.
Well,
Okay.
Welcome to the breeding show.
Mary, what would you like to choose?
I'm gonna choose the German pastry in France, whatever that is. German, yeah, that thing.
Okay. Ingrid.
What was the first one again?
When a pitcher ends their chance at a perfect game by
No.
throwing a hit or walk instead of the last out.
What was the one before the candy one in your list?
A Bavarian lust puppet made from forging
Nope.
sheepskin. And anyone who follows the religious teaching of
Nope.
Caspar Schwenkfeld. Sheep castration master.
Definitely not.
Illegal
I'll go
in
with
28 countries, including this one.
Nope.
A historically
keep
tragic
going.
German opera.
Nope.
What would you like to go with then?
Baseball.
Go with the
pump
candy one. That's fine.
Candy one.
I can't
Okay.
remember.
Okay. And Sabrina?
I'm gonna go with the German welcome gift for only friends. There's a different word if you give it to enemies.
Yeah, bomb. And John?
I will be drinking some Kool-Aid as I follow my new religious teacher.
Right.
I love that one so
Yeah,
much,
for
you guys.
sure.
I love that one so much.
Builder somehow seems housey.
Okay,
Andy,
so...
back from outer space. We're playing a game. Andy.
Ground control to Major Andy.
I'm on the ISS.
Okay, so let's start with Leslie, Errol, Sean, and Ingrid all thought that it was the Swiss title for one who needs melted sugar into colorful candies. That was actually Melissa's answer. Well done.
Oh, nice
For
job.
4 points.
That was good.
Melissa and Sabrina thought that a German term used to denote a housewarming gift given to a close friend, but that was actually our dear friend Mary's gift of 2 points. Andy thought that it was a Bavarian lust puppet made from forging sheepskin and an elder birch switch. As we all know, that was Errol's definition. Well done.
I'm just saying, you can't prove that's not the definition.
Fair.
What is your someone, Ken?
Mary thought it was the World War II pastry. That would be Andy's definition.
Damn it. Good one, Andy.
And John thought that it was anyone who follows the religious teachings of Caspar Schwenkfeld, and he would actually be correct.
Whoa!
Oh!
No way.
A momentous
Yeah.
occasion.
A momentous occasion indeed. Edit.
Hey, that's
Case
the
Formal
real
results.
one?
That's
the
a
Yes,
real
that is the real one. So at the end of round 2,
Wow.
Errol is in the lead with 7 points. John is coming in second with 5 points, which is, I would point out, 4 more points than he's ever scored before. Melissa's in third with 4 points. Tied with 2 points, I have Sabrina and Mary. And Andy has 1 point. All the rest of us have 0. We're moving on to round 3. Is everybody ready for
What
the
was
word?
what was the actual definition, Kev? I'm sorry, I missed it.
It was the anyone who follows the religious teachings of Caspar Schwenkfeld.
No way.
God, I thought I was
Okay.
giving Sabrina another easy point. It made me laugh.
I mean, I appreciate you thinking about me, but even I'm not that clever.
Dude, anytime there's something bizarre, it just seems like, oh, yeah, that was Sabrina's. It's like,
Wait a minute, the religion you thought was bizarre, but the lust puppet was.
Dude, it was between sheep castration, lust puppet, and Casper because I didn't know the real
So
definition.
much of life is, John.
My point.
So much of life is.
So I'm
All
like,
right, round 3 is about to begin. Our word, niblick, Niblick. Niblick, please send me your definitions. Do.
Boy, Kevin, you're an awful tiger tonight, aren't you?
Oh yeah, that's me. Hello, all you cool cats and kittens.
You're not out of the woods yet.
Oh no, we're into the woods, and out of the woods and home before dark.
I really hate to ask it, but do you have a basket? I've always wanted to be the witch in that show. I would love to be. That is my one of my dream roles is that. Agony.
Far more painful than yours. When you know she would go
to you. If there were only were doors.
You just have to understand that the rest of this game, I will still be shaking my head that there was an actual cult with a guy named Casper. I grew up in the town of Casper.
Okay, Dan's all put
No,
out
it's fine.
because
It's fine. John's talking. John's talking.
No, he was
John is
super
talking.
mad because I muted him. So we're gonna give him the opportunity.
What were you saying, John?
Go ahead.
Nope.
Go
What were you
ahead.
saying, John?
Go.
Nope.
Wait,
Too late.
he won't.
Nope.
Now he won't. Oh no.
I was just talking about the value of marriage after a decade or more, and the stability that comes with the relationship of a man and woman that really get along. I mean, Ingrid and I really embody the strength of what marriage looks like in a modern day.
Notice they're in separate rooms.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure I've ever actually seen Ingrid and John in the same place.
She's on her computer, I'm on mine. We don't even know if we live in the same house.
Too much feedback.
Safety net.
But wanted to hear him sing. You did.
No.
I guess we
Wanted
could
to.
with that.
Now he's all over it.
Oh no! Now he's coming to find you, Ingrid.
Oh, he's going into the
Ingrid,
room.
hide. He's coming.
Still waiting on 2 definitions, please.
You guys stop making fun of me. I did kiss a girl in 8th grade. Stop making fun of me.
Oh. I kissed a girl and I did.
Oh.
Hey, look at that! There's been a sighting.
Oh, hey.
Proof.
See, I wasn't lying when I said Cindy Moline touched my leg. Cindy Moline touched my leg, you guys. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Go East Junior High Tigers. Okay.
Alright, is everybody ready to
really have
choose
a
which
problem.
definition they would like for Niblick?
Absolutely.
All right. This is delightful. Let's see. It is when there has to be something more than kissing but less than biting in foreplay. Or it's a type of woodworking notch used to assemble walls in classical Dutch carpentry. Or it's a golf club. Or it's a taster of cocoa nibs. Or it's a gnome-like creature that emits a high-pitched scream in the Harry Potter series written by J.K. Rowling. Or it's a common lunch item in Brussels comprised of sausage wrapped in pretzel dough. Or it's the small part on a buckle that secures an object. Or it's a sexual act used in foreplay. Or it's the first name of the Keebler elf. Now, I will tell you that somebody got this one right. And that somebody is Andy.
Oh, really? He did, didn't he?
What?
Yep. Clarifying question. If we know the answer, we should put down the answer?
You have the choice. You can put it down or you can wait and pick it. Either way, you're going to get the same number of points. But if you put a really good separate answer that other people pick, you can get more points.
Gotcha.
Oh, so if you actually pick the correct answer, it's a point?
If you pick the correct answer, it's 3 points.
Oh, no kidding.
Okay.
Yes, and if you give me the correct answer, it's 3 points. So either way, you get 3 points. But if you can create up with a creative answer that other people will pick, you can get more points by not giving me that, because you can choose the real one if you know it. So, once again, I'll read them once more.
A sexual act in foreplay. So foreplay can be non-sexual?
Well, I guess.
Otherwise, what would it be called?
What would no? What would
Should've
end
played.
no?
The pre-sexual act before the sexual act?
It's directed by Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yes. All right.
So there's a
Do you want to hear the definitions one more time?
Yes.
It is, it could be when there has to be something more than kissing but less than biting and foreplay. It could be a type of woodworking notch used to assemble walls in classical Dutch carpentry. It could be a golf club. It could be taster of cocoa nibs. It could be a gnome-like creature that emits a high-pitched scream in the Harry Potter series written by J.K. Rowling. It could be a common lunch item in Brussels comprised of sausage wrapped in pretzel dough. It can be a small part on a buckle that secures an object. It could be a sexual act used in foreplay. Or it could be the first name of a Keebler elf. Those are your choices. Let's start with Leslie.
The sausage wrapped in pretzel dough, please, because it sounds yummy.
Someone needs lunch. Mary.
I am gonna do the creature in the Harry Potter universe.
Okay. Ingrid.
I'm gonna go with golf because Andy seems to know golf.
Okay. Let's go with Melissa.
I am going to go with a small part on a buckle.
Okay. John.
I am going to go with the woodworking notch in Dutch woodworking.
Okay. Sean.
Golf club.
Okay. Andy, you don't get to pick. Errol.
I'm also gonna go with the golf club because I'm Sherlock Holmes.
Okay, and Sabrina, what would you like to go with?
I mean, after that performance, I have to go with golf club, don't I? Sherlock Holmes said it.
Okay, so we'll start with golf club because everybody seems to think that Andy would put down golf club, and we all knew he was correct. And the answer is yes, he was correct. It's the original name for a sand wedge. So hold on.
The original name for a sandwich?
Andy. Sand wedge.
This is
the wedge.
This is a Nashi Niblick.
Oh yeah, I've got a couple of those. That is exactly
All right.
what that is.
Melissa thought that it was the small part on a buckle that secures an object. That would be Ingrid's guess. Leslie thought it was a common lunch item in Brussels. That would be Melissa's answer.
Yum.
Mary thought it was a gnome-like creature in the Harry Potter series. That would be John's. And John thought it was a type of woodworking notch, and that would be Errol's. So Errol got 4 points this round. Sean got 3. Sabrina got 3. And Ingrid got 4.
Hey,
Leslie
wait,
got
you
1.
just
Mary
get
got 1.
into Dan's whole fireplace presentation of this.
Oh, we already did it. We already showed it.
This is Dad's Niblet.
It was my dad's.
Oh.
How many points did I get?
Wow.
Andy,
Bonus
you got
one.
3 because you only had 3 points.
But bonus 1 for a physical representation of the
True.
It was
Yeah, you're
vintage.
on. If you can show your Niblick, you get extra points.
What?
Right.
Sorry.
Well,
That
I'll
was
do
a
that.
reaction.
That's easy.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
at
go
the
with
end of round 3, Leading us with 11 points is Errol. John has 6. Tied with 5 are Sabrina and Melissa. Ingrid and Andy have 4. Sean has 3. Mary has 2. Leslie and I have 0.
I thought you said I had 1.
No. I'm looking back. Hold on.
No. Absolutely not.
You'll get
I
nothing.
like Daryl. Did I ever tell you guys that?
All right. Are you guys ready for the next round? Next question. Next word. All right, everybody. The word for round 4 is snooger. 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 Remember, if you know the answer.
Hey, we can't say that out loud.
It's not Karen. If you know the answer, please feel free to give it to us. If you don't know the answer, or if you do know the answer, but have a better definition you think you can snag other people with, by all means, make it happen. I love the look on everybody's face as they're trying to figure it out. It's like everybody else is like, in their own head. Sean and Dan are like, should we argue over this? Is this what we're going to fight about? I don't think so. It's a lawyer. It's a technologist. There are drugs involved. What's happening? It's every high schooler's nightmare. I'm calling Maggie. That's all there is to it. Oh, it sounds like a personal problem.
Andy in space.
Christ. Just wrong.
Dude, these are worth it just to hear you giggle at all your friends.
Right? It's kind of fabulous. Like, as they start coming in,
You
like,
have
he just
surrounded
laughs
yourself
at
with
all of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
you
they're
surrounded
so
yourself with such a motley
bizarre.
crew of creative human beings, Kev. So just to see you just giggle like a schoolgirl with marshmallows over a campfire at a Girl Scout camp
It's
out.
me
I
with
love
all
it.
of
Makes me
us.
happy.
I have one last definition I'm waiting for. It's probably Errol.
You should have one from me.
It's already showing. So just X out.
It's Sean hovering over itself in that sort of, did you do your homework face? Shouldn't Seamus be in front of you? I love how Seamus was helping you out and then he was like, I'm going full high school. I'm done, I'm leaving. You're irritating me. All right. All the definitions for snooger are in. Let's start with them. Everyone ready? Errol, are you there? Okay. Your possible definitions are the sloppy condition of a football pitch after a hard rain, a carbine rifle produced during the Korean War, a nickname for the cue used in a game of snooker, the last person in a group, usually the most intoxicated, left behind at the bar, the joy felt from an embrace from a long-lost friend, Canada's word for motorboat, the term used in marbles for a shot that misses by a hair, the in-between state of a snot hardening into a booger, a private booth in a pub, and when, in the midst of a good snog, you become aware of a booger. So, once again, your options are, I swear to God, one of these is real. The sloppy condition of a football pitch after a hard rain. A carbine rifle produced during the Korean War. A nickname for the cue used in a game of snooker. The last person in a group, usually the most intoxicated, left behind in a bar. The joy felt from an embrace from a long-lost friend. Canada's word for motorboat. The term used in marbles for a shot that misses by a hair. The in-between state of a snot hardening into a booger. a private booth in a pub, or when in the midst of a good snog, you become aware of a booger. Let's go ahead and start with Sabrina.
I'm gonna go with a private booth in a pub. As much
Okay.
as I want to go with the drunk friend left behind.
All right. Well, you can go with either, but you can't do both. Sean, what would you like to choose?
Whatever number 1 was.
The sloppy
Sloppy football pitch.
football pitch.
That one.
Sloppy. Yep. Okay. Andy, what would you like to choose?
Marbles.
Andy's going for marbles. Okay. Leslie?
The football pitch.
Okay. Ingrid?
Go for marbles too.
Okay. Mary?
I'm gonna go for Canada's motorboat.
Sorry.
Hey.
Melissa?
I'm going to go with the Korean War rifle.
Okay. Errol?
It's gotta be the booger, right? It's gotta be the booger.
There are two
Which booger?
ones.
There's two.
Which booger?
There are
Oh,
two
there
booger
is. Oh, just the hardened. How about the
The in-between state?
Yes, the hardening booger. It has to be. There's no way it's not that.
It's the Harding booger. Wait, what?
And
John, what would you like to choose?
What else would you call that? That has to be that.
I know it's close to snooker, but I'm going to give it for the creativity. The nickname for the cue in the game of snooker.
Hey, let's go ahead and start with yours. John went for the nickname for a cue at a game of snooker. That would actually be Melissa's answer.
I thought it was
Melissa went for a carbine rifle from the Korean War. That would actually be Errol's answer. Errol,
Of course.
Errol went for the hardening of a
damn it.
booger. And that would actually be Andy's answer. Andy and Ingrid both went for the term used in marbles for a shot that misses by a hair. That is the correct answer.
Damn it.
Wow.
4 and Ing gets 3.
Seriously, how is it not? That's like the perfect name of it, though.
And Mary
What else would you
went.
call that?
It is a good name.
Mary went for Canada's word for motorboat. That was Leslie's answer.
Hey.
And Sabrina went for a private booth in a pub. That was Sean's.
I'll take
Nice.
that snooger over there.
Yep. And Sean and Leslie both went for the sloppy condition of a football pitch. That would be John's answer. So well done. That was delightful.
Nice, John.
Thanks, friends.
Mhm. Round 4.
I like how Andy's is folding laundry.
Who had the pub in the
Oh,
booth?
check it out.
Who had the pub in the booth answer? was
It
so
was
good, Mary.
Sean's answer.
Pub in the booth was
Oh,
Sean.
that- Well played. That was the other one that I thought that's so good. And Sabrina, you chose that, and I thought, damn it, she's been to England a couple times. At least that's the rumor.
A couple times.
I mean,
Okay.
I've
So at
heard-
the end of round 4, we have Arrow leading with 12 points, Sabrina and John tied with 6, Mary, Sean, and Ingrid and Melissa with 5 points. No, that's wrong. Hold on.
Oh, sad.
And if I didn't,
Oh, hold on. Forgot to sort. Let me do this again. There we go. It didn't take. Now let's try it. Okay, because I should still have, yeah. Let me try that again. So, Errol still has 12 points. John and Andy have 8. Ingrid has 7. Melissa has 6. Sabrina has 5. Sean has 4. Mary has 2. Leslie has 1. And I'm dragging up the rear with 0 points. We are on to round 5. Are you ready for this?
Dun 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 dun.
Round 5. Your word is chimb. C-H-I-M-B. Chimb. please send me your definitions. I'm going to get a seltzer. Do 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 do.
Really?
Are you singing? You're singing Jesus Christ Superstar?
Apparently, it's
Okay.
what was in my head.
Yeah, if you could just sing E for 200 measures, that'd be great.
Whereas I've got pour some snugger on me.
That's better. That's awesome.
I like that you say that it's awesome, but the face that you give is the same one when you're like shocked about something. It's like, hey, that's okay. Hey.
I don't know if you've noticed, I turned bright red too.
I love it. Snugger, snugger, da 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 da. Oh, honey, honey. You are my marble girl, and you got me shooting bad. I don't know.
And I missed you just by a hair.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Give me your marbles, please.
My Mexican friend.
Yes.
Is early the
Whammies.
Hornito. When we had Hornito early, I was writing down all the definitions, and my computer auto-corrected Mexi to Maxi. So Maxi cactus.
My Maxi.
Nice.
My Mexi friends with their Maxi cactuses.
Am I
Well, then you
missing?
gotta
I'm
change
still
your
missing one.
background.
Yeah.
Gotta change your background to the whole palm tree thing with the Mexi thing.
He's folding his laundry on the beach.
Yeah.
Which is
As you do.
Yeah.
as
I mean,
one
someone-
does.
As one does.
That sounds pretty ideal. Except for all the sand everywhere.
Yes. Fold your laundry.
That's how you
just
get
so-
Darth Vader. He hates
Dev, did
sand.
you just fluff your mohawk?
Yeah.
It gives him power.
That's
It's
where
to,
the
gi-
power
it's to give it
lies.
the proper trollop dollop. Right here.
Hot. Hot. Are you implying that you're a trollop?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Ah.
All right.
Plausible deniability. Perfect.
All the answers are in, so let's look at the definitions. I should probably read them all, make sure I didn't miss one. Yep, okay, cool. It could be chimb, could be the term for an adolescent chimpanzee. Or temporary glue used in place of sewing pins while quilting. Or the rim of a barrel. Or the act of putting bacon bits on breakfast cereal commonly done in foreign countries. Or the bubble of air around a gas weld underwater caused by intense heat. Or a newborn howler monkey. Or the whistling chirp of infant alligators to communicate with their parents. Or the usable remains of a pencil that has broken in half. Or a part on a printer that the ink cartridge clips into. Or it's a mechanical device used in climbing. Let's start with Sean.
Wait, can you read him one more time?
One more time? Sure.
We went through that once, so one more time, sir.
The term for an adolescent chimpanzee. Temporary glue used in place of sewing pins while quilting. The rim of a barrel. The act of putting bacon bits on breakfast cereal, commonly done in foreign countries. The bubble of air around a gas weld underwater caused by intense heat. A newborn howler monkey. The whistling chirp of infant alligators to communicate with a parent. The usable remains of a pencil that is broken in half. A part on a printer that the ink cartridge clips into, or a mechanical device used in climbing. Those are your options. Let's start with Sean.
Hi, the climbing
Hi.
thingy.
I'm sorry?
Climbing thingy.
A mechanical device used in climbing?
Yeah.
Okay. That'll work. Ingrid.
Something about the underwater bubble of air, blah blah, shmee shmee, chim.
Yes, very technical.
The bubble of air around a gas weld underwater caused by intense heat? Sure. Leslie.
The gas bubble of air. For welding.
Okay. Sabrina.
Just because I know their son's a climber, I'm going to go with the climbing thing that Sean and Dan went for.
Okay. John?
Bacon bits on cereal. No apology. That's so good.
Errol.
The rim of a barrel.
Okay. And Andy.
Rim of a barrel.
Okay. Melissa.
I'm also going with the rim of a barrel.
And Mary.
I'm gonna go with the temporary glue with sewing.
That's my second choice.
All right. So. So, let's do this. Errol, Andy, and Melissa all thought that it was the rim of a barrel, and ding, 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 they are correct.
Wow.
Mary thought it was the temporary glue used in place of sewing pins. That was actually Melissa's definition.
Melissa, you good.
John thought it was the act of putting bacon bits on breakfast cereal. That was Andy's definition.
Of course it was.
Ingrid and Leslie thought it was the bubble of air around a gas weld underwater. That was Errol's definition. And Sean and Sabrina thought that it was the mechanical device used in climbing, which was actually Sean's definition. So you still get 1 point. Well done.
We tried to hook other people by using our own.
Well, you did. You did well. That was great.
I mean, I followed the Mary Lane off the cliff. So.
Right?
So wait, like, how do the points work? We don't know this. How many
So-
votes for yours do you get a point?
No. But you do not get any points if you vote for your own.
Right. But we.
Wait, what?
But you get a point if somebody else votes for your own because you tricked them into it.
But if you get it right, what do you get? How many points?
3 points.
So if you guess the right one, you get 3. If you know the right one and submit it, you get 3. If you know the right one, you can guess it and submit a wrong one and get more points, which is what some people might have been doing.
Wait,
You
what?
get, and every time somebody guesses your definition, your fake definition, you get a point. So in that last round, Errol, because he knew the right one, got a point.
But then did you say his definition too, or not?
Yeah, because he didn't put in the right definition, so he put in a bluff as well. So Andy got 4 points. Errol got 5. Melissa got 4. And Sean got 1 in that round. Which brings our score for the round to sort of descending. Errol with 17 points. Andy with 12. Melissa with 10. John with 8. Ingrid with 7. Sabrina and Sean with 5. And Mary with 2, Leslie with 1, and me still bringing up the rear with 0. Are you ready for round 6?
Does the winner still have to host next week?
No. You can if you want to, but you do not have to.
Are there 10 rounds?
No, we only have 9. 8, technically. We might have a 9th one because I prepared it just in case.
In case of a tie?
So, yep, here is our next word, glip, G-L-I-P, glip. Please send me your definitions. Yada dee dee da dee doo doo doo. Do 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 do. This is the best part, is watching everybody come up with their ideas. Like, I have words and I know how to use them. I will put them together in a sentence. I will have a subject, an object, verb, an adjective, and possibly some punctuation.
It would be funny to
I'm
see
struggling.
people's train of thoughts. Like, you would see me type out about 17 words, delete them all. Type in a cat, delete it. Type in
Something about Sean Connery's testicles.
Did you say Sean Connery's taint? What?
I said something about Sean Connery's testicles.
Oh. I love it when we have a team that plays together and they look at each other and the facial expressions can best be summed up as, what?
Random fun fact, my dad actually met Sean Connery in a bar in Great Falls back when they were shooting, I think it was The Untouchables, and my dad was at whatever the hotel was that they were either filming at or the actors were staying at, and he's just sitting in the bar, and Sean Connery sits like 3 chairs down and like orders a drink, and my dad, because he hears him, my dad just looks over at him and then like hops over 3 bar stools and just sits, and he looks at him and he goes, "Are you Sean Connery?" And he turns and says yes, and so they start having a conversation. My dad goes, "Can I be a bastard and ask for your autograph?" And so he pulls out a business card, and Sean writes on the back of it, "Best wishes, Sean Connery." And I'm like, way to be, Dad, just admitting to the fact that you're like, you're famous. Can I get your autograph, please? But yeah, apparently they had an hour-long conversation over cocktails, and my dad like bought him drinks, and yeah, they totally just sat and chilled in the bar. And I'm like, damn, that is fabulous. So there's your fun story for the night.
Was that at the
All right.
Sip and Glip?
Wait, can we do a voice story here, though? So,
What?
voice story. We were at the Yellowstone Club because friends of ours invited us there. And we got invited to this house for tea, which I guess is a thing. And we were there with
What?
forgot his name.
We forgot.
Warren Miller.
Warren Miller.
Sorry. Lots of alcohol.
Oh, nice.
Drugs. Warren Miller. So we're there with Warren Miller, and these words are coming out of this human being's mouth that I can't even believe, because it's Warren Miller's voice, who I listened to all the time when I was growing up, coming out of this actual human. That I actually kept looking at him like he was an alien, because it's like, well, wait, How does your voice come out of your head? I mean, it was the weirdest thing. Dan and I couldn't barely even talk to him. Our kids were enamored with him, but so weird.
That's so awesome.
Drinking tea and then this human,
awesome.
the voice that you've heard all growing up is coming out of the whole real life person. It was weird.
All right, all the definitions for glip are in. Are we ready?
It's not.
All right, it could be a fraternity snitch. Or it could be a machine used in the sterilization process of medical instruments. Okay. Or it could be the track of oil left on the surface of water by a fast-swimming whale. Or it could be second stitch in a knitted blanket. Or it could be masonry sand used to polish stone. Or it could be an aggressive debate method taught in law school. Or it could be the scientific term for the process of customizing a night guard to prevent teeth grinding in one's sleep. Or it could be the sound a horse hoof makes when stepping in mud. Or it could be a harshly used horseshoe. Or it could be a smooth talker, often adept at lying or understatement. Once more?
Yes, please.
It could be a fraternity snitch. A machine used in the sterilization process of medical instruments. The track of oil left on the surface of water by a fast-swimming whale. A second stitch in a knitted blanket. Masonry sand used to polish stone. An aggressive debate method taught in law school. The scientific term for the process of customizing a night guard to prevent teeth grinding in one's sleep. The sound a horse hoof makes when stepping in mud. A harshly used horseshoe. Or a smooth talker, often adept at lying or understatement. The word is glip. Let's see what we got. Let's start with Sabrina.
I'm gonna go with masonry sand used to polish stone.
Okay. Errol.
Muted.
You're so helpful.
Don't you work in a technology firm?
Loosely. I'll go with. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. None of them sound right. I'll go.
And yet one of them is.
I'll go with the sound of the horse in the mud.
The sound of a horse hoof stepping in mud?
Yes.
Okay. Mary.
I'm gonna go with the smooth talker.
Okay. Melissa.
I'm going to go with the second stitch in a knitted blanket.
Okay. Andy.
I think I'm going to go with it's either the second stitch in a knitted blanket, and I know that came from Ingrid. But I'm not. I'm going to go with the what Sabrina said, the sandstone smoothing method.
Okay. Andy. John.
I am going to go with the process for making a night guard. Doc.
Okay. And Sean.
The second horseshoe one.
The harshly used horseshoe?
The mean horseshoe.
You'd think with two of us we would have an answer.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with no.
The mean horse, the harsh.
Ingrid.
1.5.
Ingrid, what would you like to go with?
Go with the masonry stone one as well.
Okay. And Leslie, what would you like to go with?
I'm gonna go with the horseshoe.
Which one? There's two horseshoe ones.
The hardly used.
Oh, the harshly used one? Okay, all of our answers are in. Let's start with Sabrina, Andy, and Ingrid. All thought that it was masonry sand used to polish stone. That would actually be John's definition.
Oh.
I don't like
John thought that it was the scientific term for the process of customizing a night guard used to prevent teeth grinding in one's sleep. That would actually be Melissa's definition.
Thanks,
Okay,
John.
if that's
We're
the
agreeing
real
tonight.
definition, I'm a horrible dentist. If that's the real definition.
Melissa thought it was the second stitch in a knitted blanket. That would be Sean's definition.
Nice.
Sean and Leslie both thought it was a
Knit
harshly
pearl, knit
used
pearl.
Gotcha.
horseshoe, and that would be Errol's definition. Errol thought it was the sound a horse hoof makes when stepping in mud. That would be Mary's definition. And Mary thought it was a smooth talker, often adept at lying or understatement. That would be Sabrina's definition, which means nobody guessed the right definition, which is
Kev's points.
the track of oil left on the surface of water by a
No
fast swimming.
fucking way. No way.
It's
I
true.
I would have guessed that one if fast wasn't in there. You know, I was like, what about the slow swimming whale? You know?
Yes. Well, they apparently don't leave an oil slick if they're going
Well,
slow.
there you go.
Yeah.
What?
Well, yeah, but I just watched the whole like neon dolphin thing and the whole fluorescent thing on Facebook.
That is pretty cool.
Figured that couldn't be real.
Was this before or after the drugs and wine?
Way before the drugs.
Wait. We have drugs involved too with wine?
All right.
No idea. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We're working up. At the end of round
Make
6,
us sound like an addict.
at the end of round 6, leading us is still Errol with 19 points. Tied in second with 12 is Andy and John. Coming in fourth with 11 is Melissa. Fifth, Ingrid with 8. Sixth with 7 points is Sabrina. 7 with 6 points is Sean. I'm in 8th with 5 points. Mary has 4 points. And Leslie has 2 points. Let's go on to round 7.
I think this explains the school systems in Montana versus Iowa. I'm low, baby. I'm also
All right.
ahead of
Are you ready for
I'm
this
getting-
word? We have this round and one more for words. And then the word is stada. S-T-A-D-D-A. Stada. Send me your definitions.
Did you send that to us? I like
should've.
to really mull the
Oh,
word
wait.
over.
Sorry. I thought I did, but I apparently just sent it to Sean. Because I've had the same amount of alcohol they've had. Ba, 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 ba. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Yeah, I'm gonna need some non-licensed music from you, John. It makes it much better. Because otherwise I have to sit here and make it up myself. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Why can't you play licensed music?
Because Facebook will cut us off. They cut off trivia from the brew house, or from the brewery last week.
Well, we're
Or the
not
week before.
making money off this is the thing. This is
Doesn't
just for
matter.
fun.
It's a copyright thing. They're assholes.
Oh, okay.
All right, all of the definitions are in. Let's go ahead and go through them. Stada could be the series of clicks domestic cats will emit when spotting prey through a window. Or it could be when Sean Connery gets drunk and says, I was in Great Falls once and I started in a film in Montana. Or it could be the hole left in a tub of Carmex when you stick your finger in too far. Or it could be cannelloni filling. Or it could be a musical term used to denote when a musician makes a mistake while playing. Or it could be an overstuffed frittata. Or it could be a double-bladed saw used to make the teeth in combs. Or it could be a pitcher's step on the rubber to deliver a pitch. Or it could be the cable array on a suspension bridge. Or it could be a Bostonian taco salad usually served in a tostada. Once more, just for good measure, stada could be the series of clicks domestic cats will emit when spotting prey through a window. Or when Sean Connery gets drunk and says, I was in Great Falls once and I starred in a film in Montana. Or it could be the hole left in a tub of Carmex when you stick your finger in too far.
Yeah, your
or
finger.
It could be finger. Or it could be cannelloni filling. Or it could be a musical term used to denote when a musician makes a mistake while playing. So apparently it's right in the middle of your forehead. It could be an overstuffed frittata. Or it could be a double-bladed saw used to make the teeth in combs. Or it could be a pitcher's step on the rubber to deliver a pitch. Or it could be the cable array on a suspension bridge. Or it could be a Bostonian taco salad usually served in a tostada, which I think is hysterical. I would also like to point out nobody went with the obvious, which would be stada. It would be a speech impediment in Boston.
That was low-hanging fruit, Kev. We all knew that, so that's why none of us
Hey,
picked it.
was that a gay joke, Mary? Is that what happened there?
No. What?
Okay.
No.
So, let's start with John. What would you like to choose?
I'll do the double-bladed saw.
John chooses a double-bladed saw. Andy, what would you like to choose?
Yeah, the one that is obvious and right, which would be the musical note crap.
Musical term to denote when a musician makes a mistake?
Yep.
Okay. Sean? Or let me be quite clear. Dan?
Table, whatever, array, whatever.
We're like on the pitcher's mound, and I've got my glove in front of my face. And
So, and you're going with the cable array on a suspension bridge?
Sure.
We were doing
okay.
But we're going with the cable thing.
Errol?
I'm going to go with the saw.
Okay. Mary?
I'm going to go with the cat clicks, the domestic cat clicks.
Okay. Melissa?
I am going to go with the bridge.
Okay. Ingrid?
I'm going to go with the pitcher's mound one.
Is that right? Yep. Okay. And then Leslie?
I'm going to go with the saw.
And Sabrina?
I know they yell weird things in this sport, so I'm going to go with the baseball mound too.
Well, let's start with Ingrid and
Wait.
Sabrina.
Hold on. Can I add one more definition?
Sure.
If Porky Pig was in Streetcar Named Desire.
Would anybody like to choose Porky Pig?
I would like to choose that one. I want to choose that one.
All right. Anyway, okay, we'll go with what you chose the first time because rules are rules. We'll start with Ingrid and Sabrina, though, who both thought that it was a pitcher step on the rubber to deliver a pitch. That would actually be Sean's definition, which was great. Sean and Melissa both thought it was the cable array on a suspension bridge, which was Errol's definition. Errol, John, and Leslie all thought it was a double-bladed saw used to make the teeth in combs, which was the correct definition.
Damn it.
I know,
I
right?
just- it just
So
couldn't have been
Errol
that.
gets 5. John gets 3. And Leslie gets 3. Andy thought that it was a musical term used to denote when a musician makes a mistake while playing. We just call that a sharp. That would be Mary's definition.
We call that Shark Rodeo.
And Mary thought that it was the series of clicks domestic cats will emit when spotting prey through a window. That would be Sabrina's definition.
Yes, girl.
Well done.
Hey.
Which I just heard is a thing from my son. They make these weird, like, clicking noises.
They do. They make weird, kind of demonic sounds.
Yeah, it's like not even there's no meow involved. It's like this weird.
Yeah. I searched the house that one of the sprinklers had broken the first time I heard the cat make it. I was like, what? Where is that coming from?
Yeah, okay. So, at the end of round 7, leading with 24 points, Errol. With 16 points, John. With 12 points, Andy. With 11 points, Melissa. Tied with 9, we have Ingrid and Sabrina. With 8 points, Sean. With 6 points, Leslie. With 6 points, Mary. And 5 points, me, bringing up the rear. I have 2 more rounds prepared, but I have a regular round, or I have a Shit's Gone Wild round. Which one would you like to play for our final round?
Shit's Gone Wild!
Shit's Gone Wild.
Cover your friends, Kev.
Shit's Gone Wild.
Why
So the
did
way
you
this
give us
works is
that
I'm
one?
going to give you the name of a book, and you are going to give me the first sentence, the opening sentence of that book.
Yes, this is going to be fantastic.
Okay? Here it is. The name of the book is You Gotta Play Hurt. And you're going to give me the opening sentence of this book. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da. And I want some creative writing here. This will be judged. I'm gay. I'm judging. Ooh. Ah, Christ, right out of the gate.
John, I think you sent that to me, not Kevin.
Whoops.
Oops.
Writes a new novella.
I would just watch a live stream of like an hour and a half of Kev just giggling to
Just
himself.
laughing. Yes. Same.
So basically, you'd watch Kev hang out with his friends. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
there you go.
You'd watch this. That's basically what this is. Oh my god, that's delightful.
I like this bonus round.
Me too.
Well, so apparently Balderdash has changed some of what it does, and they have different things other than just defining words.
Yeah.
And one of my friends that is in another group, they were playing this, and they decided to do first lines from books, and I was like, oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Okay, all of our first lines are in.
He's so red in the face. It's so cute.
I love this.
Oh, God. All right, our first lines for the book. You gotta play hurt. Well, Sam knew he was in a shitload of trouble when he woke up underneath a dumpster in Midtown. Or, screaming has always struck me as an overdramatic way to express anguish. Or, there I was in the Congo. Or, as I looked down, I screamed because I just couldn't believe what I saw. Or, I opened the door to walk out onto the street. The torrential wind and sleet made me lose my grip on the handle. Or, being covered in your old blood and piss is kind of territory for this job, but today seems more like a government circle jerk that slammed headfirst into a very drunk grizzly bear.
Yes.
I expect everybody to be using these in their corporate meetings this week. Or it was, Buckeyes were flying in the dirt-clawed war paint we darned blended our pocked faces with a tree line. Family reunions come but once a year.
Please tell me that all of these books are illustrated.
Novels.
Or, here's how I want the phony little conniving, no talent, preppy wad asshole of an editor to die. I lace his decaf with Seconal and strap him down in such a way that his head is fastened to my desk, and I thump him at cheery intervals with the carriage on my Olympia standard. Or, the hue that the sky proclaimed would not hint whether it was night or day, and the blood from my head flowed faster than my hand could hold. That was in 6th grade. Or, they say blood makes you look tough. Yeah, tell that to the girl who's just airing out her fucking femur after diving for the soccer ball mid-game, which she missed and is now emitting a horrifying combination of a screech and a barbaric sex noise. Terrifying. Would you like me to read these delightful first lines again?
There's a lot of blood in the first lines of these stories, people.
All right. Once more. Sam knew he was in a shitload of trouble when he woke up underneath a dumpster in Midtown. Screaming has always struck me as an overdramatic way to express anguish. There I was in the Congo.
You are selling the hell out of that one.
As I looked down, I screamed because I just couldn't believe what I saw. I opened the door to walk out into the street. The torrential wind and sleet made me lose my grip on the handle. Being covered in your own blood and piss is kind of territory for this job, but today seems more like a government circle jerk that slammed headfirst into a very drunk grizzly bear. Buckeyes were flying, and the dirt-clawed war paint we darn blended our pocked faces with the tree line. Family reunions come but once a year. Wee family reunions. Here's how I want the phony little conniving, no talent, preppy wad asshole of an editor to die. I lace his decap with Seconal and strap him down in such a way that his head is fastened to my desk lamp, and I thump him at cheery intervals. Oh, I'm sorry, he's fastened to my desk, and I thump him at cheery intervals with the carriage of my Olympia standard. The hue that the sky proclaimed would not hint whether it was night or day, and the blood from my head flowed faster than my hand could hold. Or they say blood makes you look tough. Yeah, tell that to the girl who's just airing out her fucking femur after diving for the soccer ball mid-game, which she missed and is now emitting a horrifying combination of a screech and a barbaric sex noise. Those are your choices.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Damn, people, we all need to write a book.
We just did. There it is.
Could go
Chapter 1. All right, let's start with Melissa. Which one would you like to choose?
I'm going to go with the Grizzly Circle Jerk because I desperately want that to be a book.
I do too.
Desperately. I would also like it to be an audiobook that I can listen to at work.
Okay. Melissa went with the Grizzly Circle Jerk, as you do. Sabrina.
Here's how I want the editor.
I'm gonna go with You Want to Kill Your Editor with the Carriage of Your Olympia.
Sabrina chose the Olympia Standard. Andy, what would you like to go with?
I'm gonna go with something more conventional, which would be, what was the fifth one?
I have no idea.
The sleet, something about the made me lose my grip on the handle.
I opened the door to walk out onto the street. The torrential wind and sleet made me lose my grip on the handle.
No. I'll go with the Grizzly Bear.
Fuck it. All right. Sean and Dan, what would you guys like to go with?
Here's how I want the phony editor to die.
Kevin,
Okay.
you didn't say if one of them was actually the real answer.
Oh, one of them is. Absolutely one of them is. Ingrid, what would you like to go with?
The second one. There's something about screaming and anguish. Something.
Screaming has always struck me as an overdramatic way to express anguish. Okay. John?
Painting our faces and blending into the trees.
Family reunion?
Family reunion.
All right. Errol, what would you like to go with?
I'm gonna go with Ingrid as well with the screaming and anguish. Second one.
Okay. Leslie?
I'm gonna go with the Grizzly Circle Jerk. Because why not?
And that's how we did the Brawl of the Wild. And Mary, what would you like to do?
I would also love to do the family reunion.
Okay. Well, since you chose it, Mary and John both chose the Buckeyes were flying in the dirt clawed war paint. We darn blended our pock faces with the tree line. Family reunions come but once a year. That was Errol's first line.
Damn it! Oh, you would.
And Errol and Ingrid both chose screaming has always struck me as an overdramatic way to express anguish. And Sabrina, I would like you to actually read your line in English because I think that'd be hysterical. But that was...
Screaming has always struck me as an overdramatic way to express anguish.
And I find I want to read that book. That's all there is to it.
Yep. Yeah. Hook, line, and sinkered me.
I am waiting to find out that Sabrina's from East Helena this whole fucking time. I've never been to England. I'm just waiting.
Turns out that's
cute.
It's not an English accent.
This is the long con, John. This is the long con.
We need you to invest $1 million, John.
And while Sabrina had a delightful first line, she and Sean and Dan all chose, here's how I want the phony little conniving, no talent, preppy wad asshole of an editor to die. I lace his decaf with Seek-and-All and strap him down in such a way that his head is fastened to my desk, and I thump him at cheery intervals with the carriage on my Olympia Standard. And that is the correct first line to this book.
Oh,
so Sabrina gets 5.
Yes, get it.
I'm going to Amazon to buy this book right
3.
now.
You do. It's actually a great book. It's one of my favorites.
What book?
John and Mary both thought that it was Buckeyes were flying the dirt clod. That was Errol's definition.
Great.
Well done. And Melissa, Andy, and Leslie all thought that being covered in your own blood and piss is kind of territory for this job. But today seemed more like a government circle jerk that slammed headfirst into a very drunk grizzly bear That would be our good friend John's definition.
Yes.
Well done.
I'm reading your book, John, all day.
So
A memoir.
I am writing a book, and the first line is, "I always thought I died in a nuclear explosion on the moon, not a shithole in Cleveland."
I love it.
All right. So after playing 9 rounds, which were delightful, I can say this. Errol kicks the major ass, leads us with 26 points.
Wow.
John, amazingly, for the first time ever in his life, has more than 10. He has 19 points. Sabrina in third with 14. Andy with 12. Melissa and Sean tied with 11. Ingrid has 9. Leslie and Mary both have 6. And I came in last, which means I really did a pretty good job, with 5 points. Well done, everybody.
Well done.
Yay!
Love you guys. Bye.
Errol, are you up for hosting next week?
Sure. I can do that.
Did Andy just leave? He's like, fuck it, I'm out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I pissed him off.
I've folded laundry. Fuck all y'all. That's
I know.
delightful.
Oh, I'm tired. I'm an hour ahead of you guys, so I'm gonna take the dog out and go to bed. Thanks for inviting
Bye,
me.
Leslie. Thanks for playing with us.
Bye. Good to see you, girl. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. I'm